What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to USD. We will also be looking at the coin market cap and following up with an article by the Daily Hodl, Economist, Bitcoin, and Crypto Bear Market. Is it over? That's some pretty interesting topics for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. We will be doing a cryptocurrency giveaway, probably around $100 when we reach 10,000 subs. We're about to break 8,000, I believe, by hopefully tomorrow, which is going to be awesome. Otherwise, guys, let's jump into today's video. So guys, right now I'm on the current coin market cap, and there's a couple of things I want you guys to take note of, especially for those of you who are new to the channel. We review this basically to get a general assumption of where the market is and where it could potentially be heading. We see a Bitcoin dominance of 50.2%. Comparing that to yesterday, we are seeing it slightly dip, which means altcoins are kind of taking more, in charge and taking a higher position, or we're seeing Bitcoin fall. It's a couple of questions. As we weed that down, we see a 24-hour volume of 34.2, which is slightly lower than yesterday. So we're seeing kind of market stable out right now from the bigger moves that we saw the past couple of days. And then we see a market cap of 143.7, indicating slightly higher levels than yesterday. So we should see a pretty green market. Now, as I scroll down and we look at the top 10 cryptos, you can see we're kind of in the middle here. Some coins are up and some are down. So we seemingly are in a very stable, sideways movement market. And there is reason for that. Yesterday we did see this pretty big spike to the upside. You can see most of these coins on the price graph are, moving to the upside yesterday, and you can see how now we're kind of just trading out sideways. Now Bitcoin is still above $4,000, and we have not seen a Bitcoin above $4,000 in a very long time, so that is very exciting. Litecoin is the number 5th position, very, very, very close to EOS. Now we're really catching up neck and neck. EOS actually dropped 3%, a little over, and Litecoin is only down by a little less than a percentage. So what we're seeing right now is very, very, very close market caps. We're seeing Litecoin at $3.7 billion, and we're seeing EOS at $3.75 billion. So we're about $50 million off from moving past EOS and heading into that number 4 position. So that's really a pretty big focus, and we should see that happen within hopefully the next week or so. Otherwise, guys, markets do look fairly okay. It's a pretty, sideways moving market, but majority of the coins do seem to be in green, and that's my opinion. Yes, there are a decent amount in red, but they're not really down by much. Most of the coins that are up by a couple of percentages. Actually, Buybox token up 58%, taking a massive leap of faith right there. Otherwise, guys, if you have yet to subscribe or sign up for the second link down below, it is a link to the ABRA exchange. They're doing an awesome promotion right now. Basically, if you sign up and deposit just $5 of USD from a bank account into the app, they will send you a free $25 as part of a sign-up bonus, which is pretty freaking awesome. It's $25 of free Bitcoin, so definitely take advantage of it. We've had over 150 people now take advantage of it. It does help support the channel, so I really do appreciate that, guys. Otherwise, let's jump into the article for discussion today. Now, this article is depicted by, like I said, Daily Hodl, and it talks about Bitcoin and crypto bear market being over. Now, that is pretty exciting news, especially when we start to hear a lot of articles start to publish things like this, and I kind of want to go in as to what exactly they were talking about. So I said, from a potential Bitcoin bear surrender to a new partnership at Ripple, here's a look at some of the stories breaking the world in crypto. Now, in Bitcoin, economist and crypto analyst Alex Kruger says he believes that Bitcoin and the crypto bear market is over and it's done, and actually ended a few months ago prior. For a technical perspective, Kruger says Bitcoin needs to break $4,200 to drive the final nail in the coffin, and we can start to see some higher prices, which is honestly a very, very, very optimistic look at things. Now, I do want to scroll down and discuss what exactly they had on on Ripple and then Litecoin. So in terms of Ripple's and XRP's, industry, basically India's federal bank says it's partnering with Ripple to utilize the company's cross-border payment solution xCurrent. The private bank says it will use Ripple's network of banks and financial institutions to explore new corridors. Meanwhile, for the third time this week, Singapore-based crypto exchange Bitrue is boosting XRP. The digital asset is now paired with Binance Coin, the 39th XRP-based pair on the exchange, which is honestly pretty awesome, I would say. Otherwise, guys, discussing a little bit about Litecoin in terms of their market and what's going on there. Litecoin founder Charlie Lee has passed the Bitcoin lightning torch to ABRA founder Bill Bart. So far, Bart has offered a hint on who's next in line. But, that's pretty awesome. He did put out a tweet. It says, looks like I'm now lighting the torchbearer, says Bill Bart. Thanks, Satoshi Light, which is Charlie Lee, for your confidence and, of course, for your contributions to Bitcoin and Litecoin. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, definitely check out the ABRA exchange. That's who Bill Bart is. He is the owner and founder of ABRA. So it does help support the channel. It does help support the Litecoin Foundation. And it's pretty awesome to see what a close-knit community ABRA and Litecoin do have. So it does help in, all aspects of, the crypto market. Basically, the ABRA exchange is kind of underlined with Litecoin, so all transactions that happen on the ABRA exchange are actually funded and used with the Lightning Network. So you can see how that kind of all plays out. So it's pretty interesting if you guys do do a little more digging and research. Otherwise, guys, jumping into the chartings, which I know you guys want to be pretty current about. So looking at the charts, we're looking at Litecoin right now, and guys, we are definitely having some very interesting topics of discussion right now. So I'm looking at Litecoin on its daily, and it's pretty interesting, honestly. When we zoom in, you can see what exactly we're focusing on. So the past couple of days now, let's count it right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and now 15 days. So we're over 2 weeks now of resistance at this $62 level. And that's going to be semi-problematic in terms of my opinion, mainly because the longer we're testing a resistance at 62, the better chances we have to, facing that downwards pressure and pulling back down. And the fact that we are now testing our support and we seemingly are going below it, which we've seen in the past, may be an indication of a potential break to the downside. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. If we do fall, it wouldn't be that low. We'd probably slowly start to decline back down to our high-low MMA, which is slowly catching up, probably going to be about $52 within the next week or so, if not even higher. And we are going to, if we do pull back, we're going to send our Litecoins, or basically Litecoin's daily RSI, to a little bit lower of a point, more of a neutral level on that RSI at around 50, which is really good potential for us to continue, to climb higher and break through $62 and head much, much, much higher. Obviously, that is a more bearish, optimistic look, but if we do see things, turn to the upside, we could easily break through and shoot to $67, which would, benefit all of us. That would be a very interesting, good thing to happen to the market. But I'm shooting for a potential, break to the bear side pretty soon. So I don't want to, surprise you with that information. Otherwise, good news in terms of Bitcoin's charting. We noticed that Bitcoin on its daily charts is nearing overbought, which is okay, but we are seeing a lot of resistance now. So what's interesting is we did have this purple uptrend. For those of you on my Patreon, I have been making different tweaks and changes that you guys should see the updates. But with this uptrend, you'll notice that with this red band starting to pull back, we're starting to face some resistance, and you can see the candle moving in many different spots. We're either shooting very high up or we're shooting very low down. We're having a lot of different, price fluctuations in there. We're starting some pretty big wicks. You can see that means that there's a lot of congestion right here as we face not only the uptrend, but this high-low MMA, the red band, as it starts to swing in. So we're probably going to see that play out a little bit longer. Nice that we're finally above, the high-low MMA. I'm hoping that we can hang out above here for a little bit longer and potentially send our RSI a little bit lower before we can start to really take off. But that's pretty much a quick overview of Bitcoin. Lastly, to look at the top 3 blue chip cryptos, Ethereum is in a very, very, very good spot. We actually managed to break a beautiful high, breaking out of our ascending triangle. You can see our uptrend. We have multiple points of contact here. We finally blew past that and got right back into our high-low MMA. Our high-low MMA, which is really, really, really good in terms of the market, because we are going to probably hang out in here for quite some time now. The markets do look good on the RSI, but we should see some sideways consolidation for the next couple of days if we want to kind of correct where we were and potentially move up higher. Now, we are trading at around 142 for Ethereum, and I hopefully said Ethereum, not XRP. If I did, my mistake. But we are probably going to trade out a little bit longer, and I'm hoping we, come into contact with our uptrend again. So I'm truly anticipating some sort of movement like this as we near our uptrend, and then we could potentially swing higher and easily reach $150 within Ethereum. Lastly, XRP looks very, very, very nice. You can see we're finally retesting our downtrend in our symmetrical triangle. We haven't really tested our downtrend in many, many, many months, so it's honestly awesome to see that we're finally coming very close and near to this uptrend and the downtrend. So you can see as we get sandwiched into here, we're going to see some very interesting candle formations, a lot of wicks, a lot of small candle prices, and we should consolidate out for the next couple of days, and we're probably going to expect to see a pretty big injection in volume into XRP towards the beginning of April. Obviously, if things do play out well, we could pan out and shoot as high as 32 cents playing it conservatively, if not shooting up to 35 cents on a more moderate level. So definitely somewhere in between our high-low MMA would be a huge play for XRP. Otherwise, guys, that's going to be a pretty quick overview of today's episode. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content, give away a 10K, so make sure to share the channel, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.